Did you go to the game?
No, I did not. I can't watch that football game around Eagles fans. Are you kidding me? I watched that in my house, chain smoking cigarettes by myself, nervous wreck. And then when the game's over, I say there was never a doubt. But I was scared, man.
Well,
it would have been terrible being around Eagles fans.
I think you did say that they're going to blow them out. Didn't you? Aren't you quoted as saying
I predicted 34-20, Dan. And you know what? Even the most accurate sports pundit of 2022, according to Reuters, has some misses. And I did not think Jalen Hurts had that game in him.
Yeah.
He comes out of that game looking as good as any Super Bowl losing quarterback I can remember. The fact that he had an unforced error that directly led to 7 points, and nobody is using that against him. Everyone's like, nope, he was awesome. Shows you how great he was. But where I was correct in my analysis was that this Eagles defense was not an all-time great defense. It was not I don't care what the sack numbers were, it's not the 85 Bears. They played in the regular season 4 quality starting quarterbacks. 3 of those 4 scored 33 plus on them. And I just knew the analogy I used, and I don't know if you ever did this when, you've lived in the Northeast for a while. When it turns to winter, I wait as long as I possibly can before I wear a heavy coat. That way, when it gets really cold, I've kind of built up some tolerance. It's like, okay, now the coat will make me feel good. I don't feel like the Eagles had built up any tolerance to good quarterbacking. They just played Daniel Jones and Davis Webb and Brock Purdy with one arm. And so when Patrick Mahomes comes out there, they have no answers to that test. And so I thought the Chiefs would be able to score. I wasn't. And the one other thing I'll say about the game is because the Chiefs lost a Super Bowl, because they couldn't block the other team's front, I thought it was very unlikely that with 2 years to prepare, if that were to happen again, that Mahomes, Bieniemy, and Reed would lose another Super Bowl for the same reason. Now, they almost lost the Super Bowl because Jalen Hurts was just awesome. I mean, he was just awesome, and I give him a ton of credit. But, yeah, so the Eagles' offense did better than I thought they would.
Yeah, the defense was terrible with the Eagles and got confused on, 2 easy touchdown passes with Mahomes, which to me was mind-baffling. It was like mind-boggling that Slay got lost there, and all of a sudden these guys are wide open, and it's not Kelsey who's wide open. So that to me was kind of alarming there. They don't get to Mahomes at all. And I go back to the play with Hurts. It should have been 27-7 at halftime. It felt like the Eagles had dominated that much. And the fact that they went into halftime only up 10, and I say only up 10 because that's nothing for Mahomes, that's where I thought, you know what? The Chiefs can win this one.
So the Chiefs were plus 410 on the live line at halftime. And that to me was insanity, especially because they were getting the ball to start the second half. Now, maybe part of that was people thought Mahomes was really injured and if Mahomes doesn't come back out. But the Mahomes double-digit comebacks now, Dan, the numbers here are jarring. So Mahomes in his career, regular season and postseason, in games when he's down 10 or more at some point, wins 58% of the time.
Yeah.
No, Tom Brady's second best at 39%. Mahomes' career playoff double-digit comebacks. He now has 4. The only person who has more is Brady with 6. Mahomes has played in 14 playoff games, Brady 48. And then lastly, in all of NFL history, there have been 4 double-digit second half Super Bowl comebacks. 2 by Brady, 2 by Mahomes. That's the list. So I actually think he gets more dangerous when he's trailing. I thought Sirianni coached a hell of a game, and I thought he was smart that he stayed true to himself on the fourth down stuff. But there are 2 nits that I would pick if I were an Eagles fan. One is the end of the first half, when they did get the ball back up 7, they seemed to kind of slow roll that whole drive, just happy to get a field goal as opposed to try to go for a touchdown. And then in the fourth quarter, when they were down 1, they had a 4th and 2. Now, it was on their own 33-yard line. I get that that's scary, but the Chiefs had such success on that defense. I feel like the mindset there has to be field position does not matter. Keeping the ball is what matters. They punted on that 4th and 2, and that's when Tony hit the big punt return and they got it.